Hello, and thank you for watching this August 31st weather update, brought to you by Agrible, the makers of Morning Farm Report. My name is Eric Snodgrass, and I'm a senior atmospheric scientist and co-founder of Agrible. As we transition into September, let's take a quick review of August. This map shows temperature anomalies for August. For the second straight month, large sections of the Corn Belt have been cooler than normal. Even though excessive water stress will take its hit on yields in Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, and Missouri, at least additional stress from heat was not a major factor this growing season. In contrast, growing regions out west have seen a remarkably hot summer, partly due to the abnormally warm sea surface temperatures in the North Pacific Ocean. The heat, combined with ongoing severe and exceptional drought out west, has turned parts of Washington, Oregon, and Idaho into a tinderbox. For the past month, numerous fires have burned there, causing major air quality problems. Additionally, this drought has stressed the irrigation efforts in these states. Thankfully, this past weekend brought significant rains to the Pacific Northwest, aiding in the firefight. This radar animation shows precipitation across the United States from Sunday at 9 a.m. through Sunday evening. Focused first on the Pacific Northwest, we can see the onshore flow that brought numerous showers to coastal Oregon and Washington. Once over the mountains, even northern Washington and Idaho received beneficial rain. As you watch this animation, I'm sure your attention's been drawn to the large blobs of light blue that sweep across half the United States at the end of this animation. These radar echoes occur frequently throughout spring, summer, and fall, and occur as the sun sets. These echoes occur in clear air and are often caused by turbulence in lower atmosphere due to changing temperature and moisture gradients as the sun sets. They are also caused by bugs that are scanned by the radar in the lower atmosphere. These echoes are often filtered out when viewing radar data on the Weather Channel or your favorite weather app, but they're really fun to watch each night. Now, getting back to the weather, we can see that plenty of rain has fallen in Alabama through North Carolina as surges of tropical moisture fueled showers and storms in the southeast over the weekend. Before we take a close look at the recent rain and the rain that is to come, here's a look at the last 30 days of precipitation. We can clearly see that in the Corn Belt, a large section of South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, and parts of Minnesota have seen 150 to over 200% of normal rainfall this month. For the rest of the Corn Belt, the excessive rain from June and July has left, and most of the Corn Belt received between 75% and 90% of their typical rainfall for August. Thankfully, for many locations, rainfall events did occur at regular intervals, even though total amounts were light. We will look at a forecast for rain through the first half of September in a moment, as corn and beans begin to dry down. Now, let's focus on the southeast, where tropical moisture from the remnants of Danny and Erica have and will continue to put pressure on farming operations. First, a look at drought in these states. Even though recent rains are doing their best, drought has crept into the southern states over the summer. However, on Saturday and Sunday, rain spread through Florida, Alabama, Georgia, and South Carolina, and more is on the way to start this week. We focus here on the cotton and peanut crops for the 2015 growing season. In this animation, I'm showing you the forecast precipitation totals for the next 10 days, starting on Sunday. I will rock this animation back and forth so that you can get a feel for both the source and timing of the rainfall across the United States. Beginning in the southeast, we can see that by Wednesday, the remnants of Tropical Storm Erica have pushed through Florida and into the southeast, where better than 2 inches of rain is forecast to fall for most of this region. As I have showed, the rain will help relieve the developing drought in the southeast, as long as the rain is steady and flash flooding doesn't become an issue. Elsewhere, we can see that the monsoonal flow in the southwest United States kicks off showers and storms throughout the forecast period. In the northwest, rain is forecast to fall through the start of this week, but unfortunately, drier conditions prevail once we are past midweek. Parts of the Corn Belt will see more rain too this week, especially in South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, Minnesota, and parts of Wisconsin. But the current precipitation forecast leaves Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio rather dry comparatively. After a cooler than average July and August, some heat and humidity start to build in the eastern two-thirds of the country as September arrives. This animation of temperatures shows that through the end of this week, Upper 80s and lower 90s build through the central United States, which for some locations is 5 to 10 plus degrees warmer than average for this time of year. As this heat builds in the Great Plains and Midwest, it will be accompanied by high dew point temperatures aided by the evapotranspiration from the corn and beans. Expect muggy conditions in the heartland of the United States this week. Long-term model runs are showing signs of a potential cool-down starting in the first few days of next week, but until then, the central U.S. will endure mid-July-like weather. To finish this video, I'd like to show you two rare things that happened in the past weekend in the tropics. This image offers a glimpse into the eye of Hurricane Ignacio in the central Pacific Ocean. On Sunday, this hurricane was a Cat 4 in strength and headed just north of the Hawaiian Islands. What is rare is shown here in this satellite image, where 3 major hurricanes are currently pushing across the Central Pacific. This is the first time in recorded history that 3 major hurricanes, which are Cat 3 or higher on the Saffir-Simpson scale, have coexisted in the Central Pacific. Meanwhile, most of the Atlantic has been a hostile environment for hurricane development. We've seen both Danny and Erica wiped out before making it to the United States. But for the first time that I have ever seen, a hurricane is forecast to hit the Cape Verde Islands just off the coast of Africa. As far back as I could find, this is the farthest east a hurricane has ever developed in the Atlantic. We'll keep an eye on Fred as it enters the central Atlantic over the next week. Well, as always, we at Agrible will bring you the latest and best weather forecast information through our morning farm report so that you can efficiently plan your operations. We thank you for your attention and hope you look forward to our next weather video update. Thank you.